a week help or hurt you guys at this point, having all this practice time?
I think it helps us recover a little bit from a tight schedule and just kind of resting our bodies and then kind of refocusing our mind for the training. So I don't think it hurts much. I think it helps us more.
What do you want to accomplish this week?
I think that part of the week will be a focus on us and improving in areas that we can, and then the back half of the week will be moving towards putting up a game plan for Indiana.
You have been talking about the signs of improvement, but 2 wins is a huge confidence boost. Have you felt the difference coming back here after that second win in Dallas?
Yeah, I think that more than anything, it's the improvement that we've seen game to game. Even in the losses to LA and Phoenix, there was some jumps and strides that we made positively from those games, and then obviously for it to culminate in 2 wins against Dallas was certainly great for our locker room and moving forward. But we understand that we enjoyed it while we could, and now it's time to move on to focus on Indiana.
How do the wins help you as far as teaching, making the points you want to make? Is it easier to emphasize that when you have the results to show for it?
Sometimes, but I think that also it's like we carry out the message that we don't want to accept things in a win when we would in a loss. So I think that just speaks to us trying to live up to a standard and play to a standard and not play to a result. And so if there's things good or bad that we can live with and learn from through the losses and through the wins, that's where we want to be.
Are there a couple specific things that have clicked in the last couple of games that you feel like, all right, this is really got us headed in the right direction if we can keep doing these couple of things?
I think our communication defensively has improved, and I think our chemistry and our spacing offensively has been 2 areas that I think game to game have shown significant improvements.
Coach.
Consistently out of Ariel. We've seen that offensive efficiency now. So how do you want to continue that? Not just beyond these 3 games that she's had, good numbers in, but also throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think for Ariel, she's a student of the game, and so for her, a large part of it was understanding her teammates around her and kind of where she fits in. And so, we want to have a good balance of her finding where she fits in, but also us fitting into for her as well. So it's a 2-way street there. And but she's been great at being more aggressive and more assertive and picking and choosing her spots a little bit more. So we want to continue to put her in positions to be effective that way.
What have you seen out of the chemistry? It just seems like it's been clicking, especially these last 2 games specifically, but obviously it comes with more time playing together. But how would you assess it so far?
Yeah, I think it's improved. I think that you said it. I think it just comes with experience. It comes with time. None of these players have really played with each other. It's a new staff. It's a lot of transition going on. And so we got to give some grace there to learn and understand each other, and then also learn and understand the system that's new. And so, but I think we've adapted pretty well.
On film, it's obvious that Angel's impact goes beyond the stat sheet, but I want to get your assessment on how she's navigating, continuing to be at the top of team in the scout report.
She's been great. I mean, it's something that we talk about a lot, and finding so many different areas for her to be effective, whether it's as a scorer, a rebounder, a screener, a passer, a defender. Like she's extremely versatile, and she's shown that time and time again over the course of her career, but specifically over the course of this season as well. And so I think that the last 2 games you've kind of seen that versatility. She's been great on the defensive end, guarding multiple positions. She played some at the 5 last game, some at the 4. Like she's initiating offense, she's pushing in transition, she's rebounding, she's facilitating. Like she's doing some of everything, and that's kind of the vision of what we see for her. That again, I say it time and time again, the sky's truly the limit for her and who she can be in this league.
You have a great home court atmosphere in Winchester. Are you looking forward to playing at the United Center, even if it's lacking a little bit of buzz now?
Yeah, it's great for our organization. It's great for the city. It's great for the league. I think that the eyes that's on the game, and especially being in a basketball city like Chicago, the support has been unreal thus far. It's going to continue to be. And so we're looking forward to that environment. Looking forward to getting in front of our fans. And doing what we need to do to hopefully come out with a win.
I think I know who you're rooting for in the NBA Finals, but how excited are you about the Pacers getting back to the NBA Finals, having spent time with them?
You're trying to get me in trouble. I'm extremely excited and happy for them. For someone who was kind of, in the ground rules of when this thing started to come up, and with this new staff and new regime, it's great to have been part of that and kind of seeing how it's grown thus far. And so I'm just extremely happy for the staff and the commitment that they've put forth to the organization, and what the players have shown and the effort that they've put forth. And they play extremely hard. They play a fun style to watch, and so I'm really happy to see them.
After certain.
I'm sorry?
How do you keep Camila out of foul trouble?
I think it's just understanding the spacing, defensive spacing, and guarding space, and how high you can be up to touch and things like that. But that'll come. I think Camila's learning to play different positions defensively as well and be in different areas, and so it's an ongoing process. But it's something that we feel confident that she'll adapt pretty well to.
And Coach,
Take this time to kind of self-scout what you've done as a coach and maybe make some tweaks that you implement now.
Yeah, I think we don't want to overload too much. We want to still tighten up screws that need to be tightened, and we still want to stay consistent with what our foundation is. We don't want to stray too far away from there, but I think that as we move forward into the season and we play teams multiple times, now it gives you a chance to adjust a little bit game plan wise and throw some things out that the teams may have not seen the first time around.
So there are a couple of developmental stories with the Pacers that you really feel proud of. You're really glad you had a hand in.
I think it's just the culture and the environment that's around it that's exciting to see, just from where it was to where it is now. And just you can you don't have to be a part of it to feel it, and you can just watch a game and see how much they enjoy playing with each other. And I think as a coach, from a coach's perspective, that's what everyone should aspire to have. It's the team that everyone wants to play for and watch. And so I think that kind of loses through the TV screen when you watch it.
Is that where is that in your coaching education? Is that like grad school for you, the time you spent there?
No, that was, I spent a few years with them. I spent 1 year in the G League and 2 years in the NBA with them, but it was, I think for them it was kind of like they had sustained success and they hit a little bit of low, and now they're, on the rise back up, and it's someone that Coach Carlisle the second time around. He knows that city, he understands what they're about, and how they embrace that team, and so I think he's put the perfect pieces together from a team standpoint and from a staff standpoint for them to be successful.
My question might have been one more. I mean, like for you in your coaching education, you'd been coaching before that, but what did that do for your not your career as far as like the jobs you get, but just what you learned?
Yeah, I learned a ton. I mean, Coach Carlisle was a Hall of Fame coach. Coach Bjorkgren, who brought me over to Indiana initially, gave me a ton of responsibility from a player development standpoint, and then moved me up to the front of the bench. And so I've had a ton of experience there with great players and great coaches, and so it's certainly been instrumental in my growth as a coach.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,